Do you guys have any idea what's going on with Mortal Kombat 1 right now? I'm sure most of you guys have seen this, but we do have some more MK1 leak information, so let's just jump into it. Popular data miner Interloco had posted a lot of information regarding characters that were going to be in Kombat Pack 3. Now, he shared all these characters as possibilities, and these were characters that are in the files. However, now we have contradicting information from an insider that's been 100% correct up until now. I really don't know if Fate Unknown is correct anymore. So there's a few reputable leakers out there that are usually on point, right? I don't know who this person is, but I really do suspect that they might actually work at NRS Studios. If not, someone does, and they're leaking information, because I genuinely do see a curveball with leaking information that's coming out in Mortal Kombat right now. The leakers aren't matching up with the information they're getting. So before I get too far ahead of myself, let me share this. I think it's pretty likely that someone at NRS just lost their job, or these leakers are just straight trolling us, which I don't think is the case. TheThiny is in contact with a very reputable leaker. It's the one that shared the animalities to him. The person that confirmed we're getting animalities in MK1 has different characters for KP3 than Fate Unknown, who shared characters that we were supposed to be getting. Well, apparently there's another leaker that we're waiting to get information on to verify which one's right. Fate Unknown said we were going to get 5 MK characters and 1 guest character, but that he had to step away, he would never talk on NetherRealm Studios again, and deletes his account. And then days later, then he finds out that he's got information from another leaker with different characters for KP3. I'm going to share the new messages and my thoughts on it. I think NRS is about to cook up a storm on these leakers. His first message says, "Just got some confirmation that makes me 95% sure that Fate Unknown was fed wrong information on purpose, or fed us wrong information on purpose. Seems like they gave different employees different info. KP3 still canceled though." So when I first read that, I was like, alright, that's pretty lame, because it didn't really add on to anything. But after this message, TheThiny backpedaled and said Kombat Pack 3 is possible. I mean, seriously, it is really odd, because verbatim afterwards he said, "The fact that 2 verified insiders with 100% track record have different info makes me hopeful for KP3. Bruh. Maybe both insiders were told KP3 was going to be canceled, and that's why he has that theory. And then I'm guessing it clicked then that, oh, NRS is feeding false information to these people to find out who's who, which it does seem like they are doing. If you didn't see in my last video, I had shared how Dead by Daylight had did this with their development staff too, and they actually did it in a very similar fashion if this all adds up to be true. They made a false update and said that Leatherface wouldn't be in the game anymore. The person they suspected of being a leaker went out there and told everyone, and they knew who it was. Genuinely, I think they're both possible. I still think it's possible KP3 could be canceled, but now I'm leaning more into thinking that it is possible that we can see content in year 3. There's more to share on that than these messages, but let me go ahead and finish the rest too. In Thinny's final message, he says, "Since my wording was confusing, here's an alternate way of explaining it. Fate and another insider are saying KP3 is canceled, but they both have a different DLC list. This means that someone at NRS is giving employees wrong information, so there's a chance that KP1 is not canceled. We have one more insider who has not spoken about this yet. I would say if you're that other leaker and you do work at NRS, make like a ball and run, or just don't say anything, lay low, maybe not schedule a vacation right now, just be casual, go to work, talk with everyone else." These leaks are getting wild. I know not everybody's excited to see this, because some people are ready for the next Mortal Kombat game, and for those that have said they're going to wait until NRS announces this, I know you guys are probably really excited, because this does lead to more possibility. Part of me wants to say, why didn't Ed Boon address this when he sent messages out the other day on X? But maybe that would go against what they're doing right now, and that's weeding out the leakers from the company. I know a lot of you know what an NDA is, but for those that don't, essentially an NDA is a contract you sign when you join a job, stating that you will not share any information that you gain from that place and take it elsewhere. The last company I worked for had to sign NDAs, but it wasn't really for anything exciting. I'm going to share now that I don't think KP3 was accurate. I don't think that was the KP3 we were going to get. NRS has always gave us multiple guest characters. Sure, they could do a thank you by giving us one, but still that just doesn't feel right. And it's not just that on its own, it's the fact that we would have got Cassie, Kano, Sonya. Jade, I can't say I'm too surprised for, but the fact that we would have got Cassie and Sonya in the same pack, I can either see Sonya and Kano coming together or Cassie coming by herself. I really do think all of them coming together sounds unrealistic, especially with one guest character that's really wonky. Seriously, think about that for a minute. I know some people really do want to see those characters return, but it's hard for me to imagine a story antagonist driven around that Kombat Pack, and they were told it was going to be story-based too. There are more things that give me hope for Kombat Pack 3 now. now, and whether that be a full-fledged pack or story mode, I do think one of them is more likely now, and here's why I think it makes more sense, because we are expecting another Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, just in the last couple months, Ed has shared there's going to be so much more content. Now look, I'm not going to say that Ed's always right on his word, and I know he trolls a lot too. I'm not saying that for sure there's going to be a KP3 or a story now because of this evidence, but to be fair, this definitely adds more credibility towards there being a possibility for more content in year 3. And again, I don't think the team saw this coming because there's a lot of new changes that have been coming recently, where we are lacking content in the Shrine and in Kombat League. We're seeing more changes in the game in itself, like the replay feature. I love Mortal Kombat 1 and I want to see it do good, but I wouldn't be surprised if Chaos Reign sales are low. I'm also aware of the Steam users, and I know that's just one console, but on PC, usually there are more people playing MK1 than MK1. I had a good time playing Chaos Reigns, but it wasn't my type of story. But here's a wild thing to consider about that. If Fate Unknown was giving wrong information, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to go stir crazy on you, but I'm sure the employees of NRS are more aware of its marketing sales, and if Fate Unknown is one of the leakers from NRS, that was probably one of the golden nuggets to throw him to make him believe that this false pack was true, because now that we do have different leakers with contradicting combat packs, and the combat pack that Fate Unknown is sharing with us, I just don't see it for Fate Unknown's combat pack being true. It makes so much sense to me to have Mortal Kombat 1 through its life cycle while we have the release of the new Mortal Kombat movie, because a new Mortal Kombat game isn't going to be developed around the same time the movie's going to drop. That is, unless we're getting a smaller MK project before the next canon game. The Mortal Kombat movie and MK1 would be a great chance for cross-promotion. It'd be a great way to feed off of each other, the company makes money from it. Fans like us get hyped for it. I definitely want to see some new skins from the movie in the game, or going to see the movie because I love playing the game. Now, if this theory's true, I think it makes sense. NRS has already responded. I would say when Fate Unknown went onto Reddit and said he would never speak about NRS again, and then deleted his account, I think there's some weight there. And I'm not saying that's factual, but I could see that being possible. I really do think that Fate was fed some wrong information. NRS has been aware of this leaker for so long now. Fate Unknown was releasing information about MK1 before its original release. I know some of you guys out there are waiting for the official word from NRS, or you already have your minds made up thinking it is true or it isn't true. Whatever's going on right now though, at least we can still expect some more content in the near future. I also expect a new Baraka skin, and we need Deception Havoc. Smoke needs a Cyber skin. I recently just did a Sub-Zero poll with you guys, and by a landslide most people chose Deception Sub-Zero. It'd be really cool to get this one in the game. It's hard not to love this one. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe for more. I appreciate your video likes big time for the last video. As always, fellow fighters, you can find me here live on YouTube on most nights. I thank you all for your support. I hope you have a good night. Much love and take care.